One is liquefactive necrosis. Liquefactive necrosis, in this, the hydrolytic enzyme is not inactivated or not degenerated like in the case of, like was the case in the case of coagulative necrosis. So here hydrolytic enzyme worked properly and damaged the cell architecture, cell structure we can say, and it is kind of an removed in a form of a pus. Okay, in a form of a pus. The most common organ which can falls under these is a central nervous system. Okay, central nervous system. And these occur, maybe these occur also occur with the due to the infection with an strep aureus kind of an organism. Okay, liquefactive necrosis, if you will see under microscope, if you will see first the normal histology, there will be normal cell body and axon coming out will be seen. But in during the necrosis, if you'll see, you will see that all are having like all are looking homogeneously and small particle. Okay, there will be no such thing like cell body and there is a body and there is a body and axon, not like this. But in normal it should be like that. But in liquefactive necrosis it's not like that. Due to this condition, due to this thing, it is also known as qualicuative necrosis. Okay, this is also known as qualicuative necrosis. Okay, the another is the caseous necrosis. Another, there is a caseous necrosis. Caseous necrosis, it's mean cheese like appearance, cheese like necrosis, necrotic material. Why the cheese like? Why the cheese like necrotic material? Or first of all, let's talk about the cases properly. That in any organ you will be able to distinct the line. You will be able to distinct the line. Suppose if this is the lung and here is the caseous necrosis, the necrosis will be this, and the periphery of these necrosis will be intact, will be intactly preserved. Okay, intactly preserved. The the liquefactive necrosis is it also is a combination of a coagulative necrosis. Suppose first, no, sorry. The caseous necrosis is kind of a combination of a liquefactive necrosis and coagulative necrosis. Okay, because suppose in caseous necrosis, first of all, organism infected the person, and most commonly it appears in TB, tuberculosis. And tuberculosis pathogen cause first liquefactive necrosis, and those liquefactive necrosis coagulated inside inside a particular area, and by keeping the periphery intact, other cells are not involved, and the material which was liquefied or the material which was damaged or killed, the cells and neutrophil and all, it will be coagulated in a place. So coagulous necrosis is kind of a combination of a liquefactive necrosis and coagulative necrosis. Okay, but if anyone asks that what is predominant, yeah, we understood that caseous necrosis is combination of a liquefactive necrosis and coagulative necrosis, but which one is a more predominant? So the caseous necrosis is predominantly due to coagulative necrosis rather than liquefactive necrosis. But in the option, if the liquefactive coagulative is not present, then liquefied will be the answer. Liquefied will be the answer. This is associated, as I told in first, it is associated with the tuberculosis. It is associated also with the fungi, but systemic fungi. Okay, and also it is seen in syphilis. Also, it is seen in syphilis. Caseous necrosis actually is more specified or more well known with the tuberculosis, but the other diseases which are causing the caseous necrosis are called non-tubercular. Okay, which are called non-tubercular causes of caseous necrosis. Okay. N- I want to explain one thing, but I will do in the next videos, that what is this coagulate, what what is this thing happens in the coagulative, and we will also see the chalk like material and cheese like substances. Why this thing happen, we will see in the next video. Okay, thanks.